Chef Anthony here today. I'm gonna go over your XO pizza oven, how to properly light your wood-fired oven. So let's jump right into it. And this is the standard to go for any of your wood-fired ovens. This is kind of the tried and true method to get an amazing fire for some pizzas. So the deck of our oven is right here. And we got our porous stones. We have three nice pieces of dry wood right here. So I like to set it up in the center because that's where you want that heat to be, because we want to start heating those big tiles so our pizzas or whatever we're cooking on really receives that amazing heat. And then once this fire is lit and rolling, we're going to move it to either the left or the right, or a little bit on the right or the left, depending on, you know, what our cooking application is. Because I talk about heat transfer and heat distribution, this is kind of the main points. We always say to maintain your fire, get a good fire. This is the key, this is the core block. So if we're doing pizzas, I like to put a little bit of wood on the right, a little bit of wood on the left, so I have the deck in the center nice and hot, so we have even heat on left and right. Sometimes if we're doing a bigger item like a piece of fish or something like that, I like to put the fire just to one side so it adjusts in cooking. But for that, 3 pieces of wood down, and fire starter, I got these little cubes here. You can use the wicks or anything like that. It really helps kind of get the fire going a little bit faster. So I'll do that, and then we're gonna put a little bit of this kindling on top. Okay, and depending on what size oven you have, you might not need these 3 blocks. I mean, if you use an XO or an Alpha or something like that, but if you're using a smaller wood-fired oven, you might want to only go with 1 or 2. Okay, put that in right here. Let's get this, just like that. I like to put 1 here as well. Perfect, and we'll just give it a quick light on our stick right here. And we're going, okay? So this is really the base of this, and we're gonna watch this and really kind of make sure that these logs are gonna kind of receive that same heat. When we're talking about it, we are outside, so be very aware of the wind and maybe shifting in the wind. That'll really make it tougher or easier to light. So we've actually strategically put this pizza oven over here, the wind to our back, so it's not going directly in the oven, because that'll really blow out your flame, obviously, and really get you an inconsistent heat. We want, you know, little to no wind as possible, okay? And to keep it safe, we have our door right here, so we'll just keep that door vented like that, so, you know, just in case any wood or, you know, ash sparks back. But first and foremost, wood-fired oven, this is the very base. The first thing to do, make sure you get a hot deck for your pizza oven and you cook properly. All right, our kindling's on. It's been about 5 minutes now. See, the fire's going pretty well. And, you know, we just made sure it's in the front right here, so it's right above that smokestack. So it's really, that smoke and that fire is really gonna go right up that chimney, so we're getting a great airflow. We're gonna take 1 log and we're gonna put it right on top, right here. You know, we just don't wanna put it back too far, just to really catch and get that fire raging and ripping. Okay, now that we got that log on top, we really got the fire ripping, we just want to push it back just a little bit so it maintains that center and really gets the center of that pizza oven hot. The kind of the heart of it is really what we want to do. So we'll just take the logs, push them back with another log. Really, I'd say right here is kind of the best one, because it's in, but it's still like directly going above that chimney where we want. So that really ensures that those tiles on the bottom get nice and hot, so we can cook efficiently. Okay, fire's up to temp. We have our hook right here. What we're gonna do is distribute out the wood. Now, depending on what you wanna do here, I find that the best method for pizzas is maybe put a little bit of wood on the left and the right, so the center's open and we get a great fire down the side, so it's very nice and even. Sometimes you might wanna put it to the left or right, depending on, you know, what your preference is. But once you're a pizza master, you'll figure that out. For now, I go to left and right, so we're just gonna move this over, distribute this big log out, and then I'm gonna take this, really move it right here, okay? And the deck should be really nice and hot. And we're gonna go now, we're gonna move that, but we're gonna take the brush, and we're gonna brush the center out to get any of the ash or the coal out, so it really stays nice and hot. So, take our trusty brush, we're just gonna go right in, just go left to right, clear a nice space, all the way back for us. And make sure we get the front because we don't want any of that ash kind of coming on what we're gonna cook. So now notice how these two logs to the left are right here. So they're right here. We want to put them one on top of the other, try to create a vent and get a nice flame out of it. So we're gonna try and pick that up, really put it right here, okay? Move that one right up so it catches, okay? Like that. Do the same thing on the right side. See, just by doing that little motion, you can see on the left-hand side that airflow, that amount of flame, really gonna catch that log, that dry wood on fire, and ensure that we keep a constant and great oven temperature. All right, everyone, this wraps up the simple and easy steps to lighting a great fire for your wood-fired pizza ovens. So, hope you enjoy this, and happy pizza making.